Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie. It's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have a Final Fantasy X event. Game? There we go. Suffering Sun. Which is pretty much a bunch of fights connecting Titus to Jet, and then some miscellaneous ones that they threw in there for fun. Alright. Starting off with some real butt rock. Weak to nothing, so we just need to grab a arcane of any flavor. Oh, Omen King. The name and picture for the event banner is the one that is killing me. Oh, there's a lot to do tonight, isn't there? Some of them... Wait, that's not edited? No, that's the picture they went with. Give me an arcane. With the advent of Awakenings, it's way harder to find an arcane. And that kills me. Also, that was the Japanese player that's playing global. What are you doing? Or do you just want to go back to the days before 6-star Magicite? Yeah, we did Crystalline Focus last time. Yeah. My back is killing me today. Sun 1. The boss music song, yeah. The boss music for this fight is a bit much. I'm not the biggest fan. You ever actually look at Dr. Mog's ears? I've never really looked at his ears. They look a bit off. They're very much bear ears for this small bear. Hold. No. Still no one. Alright. Well. Good fight. Well, these are the early fights. These are extremely nothing fights. These are the fights that I still do, because every now and then they throw a curveball. How hard would it be for somebody who's completely new to this game to get into it? You could get to like this point like finishing an event in maybe like 2 months. Now the super high-end end game stuff, that might be a bit longer. Progress in Record Keeper is less of a like sheer cliff like some other mobile games. For as much as I harp on... Wait, hold up. There was a good boy right there. No, it wasn't. That was Magic Album. For as much as I harp on Record Keeper's very power creepy gotcha, since every banner that comes out has good shit on it. Thank you for the follow, Matlock. It's very doable to always get something to help you progress on every banner that comes out. Not to mention that now that there are the realm banners, you can easily get stronger with specific characters. Well, specific realms. Oh, it's a remix. I was gonna say, what the fuck is this song? Oh yeah, the dream fight is a hoot, to say the least. I'm not gonna lose. Well, you're right to a degree. So here's the question. Is this a EX Triple Plus where we'll actually see, well, anything happen? Kobuddy asks another question of, mainly it's the mechanics of the game that they were curious about. So, Record Keeper, for as much as I harp on it, is a pretty simple game. What with it being an elemental meta, so I guess in that regard, it's a pretty easy entry. Remember when there used to be bosses that would require you to stun them? What is this song? Is this the Yu Yevon music? No, the Yu Yevon music was Contest of the Aeons. That was the only good thing about that fight. This is the Yu Yevon music? What the fuck? Also, it's been a while since I played 10, that I don't remember that at all. Miss. Oh, Contest of the Aeons is before you fight Yu Yevon. Whack. Alright, let's step up to some slightly harder fights. This boss that, whenever it comes up, I'm reminded... Right, we don't have Berserk resist. Nelson J, you are thinking of the 10-2 trio fight where like one would resist attack and the other would resist magic, and then one of them resists both defensive type moves. It's because Berserk is a buff. Of course. What a fool I am. You're not wrong. That's 100% why. What was I gonna say? So much to do. Hyper Mighty. Let's just make this quick. The LeBlanc fight was weird because it was one of the only fights that they put a lot of thought into. Hell yeah! Fuck yeah, this song. The Final Fantasy X soundtrack is pretty alright across the board, but there are some songs that are just confusing. This song where somebody just fell asleep on a key and hoped nobody would notice. Center vertically, party, place. What the fuck is that? Right, that one time when I played Sonic in All-Star Racing. That's what's coming up when I search Sonic. It's Sonic. Now the question is this song going to continue into the fight, or do we get the normal boss music? Because then I might die. Oh, this is taking a while to load. Oh, thank Christ. So, a couple gimmicks that your boy here actually has, which is Glyph Mine, unique status in this fight, that if you defend before that doom counter reaches 0, nothing happens. But if you're not defending, then you die. Other property of this boss is it has ridiculously high defense. And, standard resistance, so you want to run a mage team. It's all a matter of timing, honestly. He does have other scripted glyph bomb usages. We will see if they come up or not. This was a mechanic that I always wish they would bring back for later fights. Like, this is the only fight in the entirety of Record Keeper that uses this defend at specific times mechanic. Which, mind you, oh, well. The same two people. Does it reset? No. Alright. Mechanic still exists. But yeah. This is a mechanic that I always wish they would bring back and use it. But bursts do kind of interfere with that, because if you're using a burst, you can't defend. My brain is kind of hiccuping real bad. I had proposed another interesting way to utilize this, which is consider what's it called? Final Fantasy XIV Titan with Landslide. What if you had to defend to not get destroyed by landslide? There's a cool mechanic right there. Alright, do we race it down? No, let's actually show off the mechanic. So see? Yep. If you're defending, that doom timer just disappears. Again, it's a neat mechanic. I wish it was in more fights. Hell yeah, Crystal. Give me that 5% chance. Me personally, if you think normal Titan is interesting, you should see EX Titan where Landslide goes 5 ways. Where Landslide is just pretty much the whole battlefield. Also, Behemoth. Large. Pretty much the reverse gimmick of the Keeper. Is very resistant to magic, so run some physical. Has a gravity attack. That's probably the nastiest thing that it does, as well as its lightning moves. Oh yeah, the map also shrinks one more time in Titan EX. That map gets so small. Ah, you're gonna fight Garuda. Have fun with your first fight with real mechanics. Though at this point, if you're getting endgame players that actually know what they're doing, you'll probably not have a problem. Back in the day, though, like when I first did Garuda, I wiped. I wiped multiple times. Why does a behemoth get 2 Xanarkin? Don't you fight behemoths on the Comlands? Well. Oh, you also fight him in oh my god. I was like Gadget Zan. That's fucking wow. Oh my god. My brain, how do you pronounce that? I'm adjusting stuff so I can't look at the chat again. Gongazette. There we go. Him big. In hindsight, I need to cast that protect, but eh. No, my blood. Sorry, I'm giggling about earthen without. Because I'm a dumbass. Alright. Are you going to bare your fangs? Do you have a threat? You have gravity, again. I feel like that gravity should have been a little bit bigger. Maybe like a 30%. Maybe even 40. If you go so slow. Or mayhaps we are just at the point where these fights are little to no threat. What if I just gravitated every turn? For infinity. That fucking pixel. I might have to start running these fights. Sid mission. From the get-go. Be careful with that coffee. Just a whole stadium. The accessory of one entire stadium. What does that do? Looking up what the accessories do is the one thing that I never remember to do. And then we run the risk of scrolling in this emulator. Confuse and dark. That's alright. Every does a slew of things. The haste is fake, as I believe he is 625 speed, so who cares? Dispel occurs at the start of the fight. That's just... It's either the Dispel or the slows at the start. Either way, you just hold action for a bit. A mostly magic-based fight, though his magic attacks are quite potent. All dark-based, so some dark resist accessories will help deal with that. Which makes me think that the slow is at the start. Otherwise, I would have spec'd for slow resist. And I require cooking. I require a chef. A curious chef. There we go. Just use a Phoenix Sound. Missed opportunity for this fight to not just require to only use characters that are known swimmers. Whoops. I've been doing this a lot lately. Who do we know that canonically can't swim? Oh, there's got to be a pretty good list of that. I mean, they generally don't do that because then that'd be really dumb. Ah, the time limit. 1 minute. That's all I can spare for you. The same Gravaja from the Behemoth fight. Yes, Theodore is a character in this game, which I don't blame you for forgetting that he exists, because he is in the slew of, like, 20 Final Fantasy IV characters. Oh, that's spicy. There we go, we found the danger move. We can recover fairly quickly from that, but that has potential. Alright, time to give the whole team a nice shield and make Cecil even more powerful. And let's burn a turn. I still see healing smite and sometimes giggle. We hold. Spend a turn. As mentioned before, that haste is pretty fake. The boss already has a whole lot of speed, so that haste doesn't add too much to it. Like, he hits the cap pretty fast. I know you have a dangerous move in your repertoire. I saw it in the AI routine. Well, time makes fools of us all. Yeah, this event kind of had some nothing bosses, didn't it? Maybe they wanted the event to be easier, what with it launching alongside Dream. Ah, yes. Your weekly reminder that we do a podcast. Not a lot of episodes, and we're looking for a real host. I am one of those real money hosts. Oh, that fight happened. Caldwell DeRay. Stayed for 8 months. I'm doing pretty alright. Alright, the next fight though. So really what we're doing though here is, these are some easier fights. But like I said, it's all like, the difficulty's all being saved up to be fired out when we hit the dream fight all at once. Excuse me. Nice. Oh, not 21, 12. There we go. Stats and party makeup. Alright, hello. He's here and he's ready to crush you. I forget what the ordering here is. Well, I remembered right. Well, Ultimate Weapon in the original game just had the generic boss theme. It didn't have a unique song. So that's accurate. There's Ultimate. So, Ultimate Weapon here, all of his attacks pierce. Wall, anything defensive, doesn't really help you out too much, except for breaks. Bringing your breaks to your breaking. Omni-resistant, except for dark and light, and it is just neutral. So, you can kind of run whatever you want, and be pretty effective. He is very aggressive, though, and you can keep that in mind. But also, we can drop the train. Oh, right. I was like, ah, time to recast wall. Wait. This fight doesn't use wall. What? No wall? There is one last, or actually technically two, and they kind of work in tandem. Tricks up this boss's sleeve. There's the first one. It has a stop. Luckily, Ultimate Weapon doesn't have very high mind, but that stop is pretty much 100% chance hit. You're not going to really dodge it ever. Unless you're, wearing resistant accessories. However, if you opt into resistant accessories for the stop, then you put yourself at the mercy of the second mechanic. Which I think we'll be seeing very, very soon. No, I've never seen this soul break before, so I'm using this. There it is. That's with 40% resist accessories on. When I ran my my test run, that just outright killed Gabranth. Its Super Soul Breaks looked alright. They had a good aesthetic to them. Yeah, so while we have been floating at mostly max HP almost the entire fight, Ultimate or Apocalypse Holy is them telling you, you kind of want to stay at max HP or else you just die. Also, I think Roaming Warrior has worn off, but I think we'll kill right here with Riku. Or not. Well. Maybe Gabranth will break out a stop. Punch him. Just a single punch. Just a disrespect punch. Yeah, not a terribly complex fight as long as you are debuffing the boss. But the holies and stops can definitely catch you off guard. And that's the big thing. Okay, let's mop up these Sid missions. Hell yeah! Fuck yes. Well, had to happen eventually. The stream was going too smoothly. Excuse me. Now, did I get the team loaded? Or did we crash before the load? No. Okay. Gotta reshuffle down to that team. Okay. Sorry, I thought I missaw something and was very confused. Let's keep this moving along. Oh, that was a sound. Alright, so this is gonna be 8, and this one should be 7. Large. Fun thing, we finally, I don't know what was going on with Twitch for a bit, but I finally gotten to the point where it stopped recommending my channel to me, which was bizarre. Just, hey, I know you like that Record Keeper game. Well, this guy. Yes! It begins. So a thing I feel like a lot of people forget is that while she is a Spellblader, Bane has Night. Nothing she does is Knight at all. She has no real synergy with Knight. That said, Pain can do Knight damage. How has this event been so far? It existed. Again, I have the theory running in my head that this event was slightly easier than normal due to the dream fight being launched alongside of it. I'd be interested to see somebody get through the dream fight without any USBs. I'm gonna throw that one out there. I guess I'd also be curious if, like, in that video that's no USBs, how many of the characters are dived. Everyone's dived. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Dived means, so when you dive a character, you use motes on them. And so, like, camp. So, mind you, Riku's LMRs here, or LMRs, they're from relics. Yuna's down here aren't. These are from diving her. Well, this one just whistles from a relic. But prayer for Spira is from diving. Okay, yeah, that's what you meant. Alright, yeah. Which, yeah, that'll give you an edge, mainly HP. That boss really asks for HP. I'm going to give that guy an honest effort on stream. But I have already cleared it, and I did not find that fight to be all that enjoyable. So, if I die in the 11th hour of that fight, you'll have to excuse me if I don't do a second attempt. Excuse me. Yeah, let me see this team real quick. Alright, so barely squeaked by. Understandable. Yeah, alright. Yeah. I could see this working. Oh, also they had a full water and ice magicite. Yeah, that magicite deck though. The Soul Break that they used on Yuno was the Super Soul Break heal. It's the best Super Soul Break Medica in the game. Yeah, but Arc Super Soul Break doesn't heal you for 8k. Hold up, brain. Brain is breaking. Okay, we're back. Brain breaking again. And I'm back. A constant reminder that Pain has Night 5 default. Many bombers. So one of the secret tactics of this admission team that actually owns is by using Yuna and her BSB, I've given the entire party a massive mind boost. The stop is incredibly fake to this team. This team will straight up shrug off the stop and not care. Excuse me. You know, I don't think I've ever seen this soul break, so just gonna hit that button. It does nothing for me, but I want to see it. Well, and we're fine. Oops, I did forget to tweet the stream. You're right. Hits. Oh well. These things happen. Yeah, just keep stopping the two people that I actually put mind equipment on. Game. I can't click Breath of Heaven right now. The game was legitimately not letting me click Breath of Heaven. Welcome to the real torment. Alright, but because there's still two more things to do this stream, I am going to tweet that announcement out. Whoops, I just made my screen real big. How do I reset that? How did I even do that? Oh my god, I didn't know I could do that. Enhance chat. Yeah, so apparently my new laptop, I can, if I hold one finger down and do, I can, like, pinch and zoom windows. That's rad. Alright, let me do an outro for this, Final Fantasy X video. Go to the bathroom, and then we will hop on over to Crystal Tower. Neat. Well, that was it for the Final Fantasy X event. A little easy, I think, but probably, again, due to them launching the Dream Fights as well. Up next week, though, we have a Final Fantasy V again. Probably with some new awakenings as well. So I will see you then. Alright, I will be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Hello. Just CT-17. Hold up. Man, I just noticed the copyright on it. Dina, why don't you just put... If that happens again, I'll have to take that call. In fact, one moment, I should probably take that call. Un momento. Sorry about that. Back at it again. I'm gonna give this one more check around. And if I don't find this, then we will have to go with a copyright. Or I can be completely baller and find it. And what's this one? Wings of Death? That one isn't, though. Weird. Okay. Every crystal tower is a experiment in, do I find this image or not? Now watch as I do a magic trick. And with a wave of my hand, whoosh, no more copyright. Hi, I'm the WanderingNewbie. It's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have another Crystal Tower. Again, probably one of the final of these. Featuring at the top of the climb, Halicarnassus. And then some other varying interesting and difficulty fights along the way. But the Halicarnassus one is actually pretty neat, for once. Okay. And then I'm gonna hang here because I generally think I use this for my thumbnails. Wait, did we never get that Halicarnassus fight? Is that not the one from the FF5 event that we had a while back? Oh, the Elder Worm. Oh. Whoop, went too far. Forgot. They're just right here. I will never wait for buffs. Can somebody... It would be pretty easy to make, like, record keeper drill tweets, right? That's just a thought I just had and would actually be pretty easy, right? Just, I will never wait for buffs. I'm not when I yell as I turn into a Magicite. Oh, I'm not clever enough to make up drill tweets or convert drill tweets to record keeper at all. I will freely admit that. Maybe by launching a spaceship to the moon, NASA is the greatest sniper of all time. Bullshit. Edgar. Crystal Tower and its extremely long load times because it has to load all the soul breaks in. Alright, hold up. I gotta read this one real fast. So long, suckers. I rev up my arcane, creating a huge cloud of particle effects. When the effects dissipate, my entire party is lying dead on the pavement. Oh, that one's really good. Watch this. Casts Squall USB 1. It's not clear what move I was going for. Well, now that we have waited to rev up. Yeah, that's a big thing. Kamari's Arcane is perfectly fine with the way it works. I think it's either instant cast, it's either just instant cast or it actually also has a higher than normal multiplier. And it kills him, but when you consider the fact that Arcanes are used to finish fights, well, it's fine. A gun. Well, I think every Arcane has the same multiplier. Like, if you add up the 20 hit multiplier ones, they have the same multiplier as the 3 hits. Trying to think of the Final Fantasy equivalent of Hell. It doesn't really have one. I feel like they improved the 20 hit ones to be 80 each, or 0.80 at one point. Like, I feel like that's a thing. Used to be 0.4 and they upped it to 55. The best part about the line from 14 of 7 hells was the line was originally 6 hells. And they changed it to 7 because, and I quote, "it sounds better." Styro Librarian, the greatest thread in the history of forums, locked by a moderator after 12,000 pages of heated debate. Also, to be honest, Tyro is extremely a librarian. There's potential to drill Keeper, but if I wasn't lazy, if I could actually get my own fucking shit done on time. What I'm saying is I don't need another thing on my plate. Especially right now. Well, I will say this. Just gonna reach over here and we hit the appointed hour of 9, which is usually whenever I start having stream interruptions. When those occur, so who knows? Maybe there was just a weird hiccup yesterday. Who the fuck keeps streaming shout meta at my house? Show yourself, coward. I will never use shout. Newbie, how do you determine your party setup before streams? You always have them ready to go. I use a majority of Sunday setting them up. I artisanally craft each party. 9 times out of 10, for easier fights, it is I scroll down my list and go, well, I want a thief. Who have I not used in a while? I need a knight. Who haven't I used in a while? And slap them into the parties. Then for harder fights, it is let me look at the gimmick and kind of throw some shit together. Every now and then I have to think. I guess furthermore on top of that, like, I used to, test fights like the Apocalypse and the Apocalypse Plus and the, Ultimate Double Plus fights, but eventually realizing that, like, I would one-shot those half the time as long as I knew what the mechanics were, started just kind of throwing the parties together and being like, it'll work. And lo and behold, 9 times out of 10, I'm right. That remake music, though. Those are AoE casted. Well, we will deal. This is the Easemat music. Spoilers, I never fought Easemat. I happily beat that game before I decided to do most of the side content. The theme that they use for Easemat and Record Keeper. Oh, weird. Ah, when you're strong and you don't care about Shell. They did cast Shell, right? They did cast Shell. Yeah, we're seeing that Shell working for them. Small child. Not quite strong enough. That's gonna be a problem. Well. Luckily, everything else seemed to have worked out. And the only person that got silenced doesn't care. Ah, but you're blinded. Done in by my own blind. Defeated by a wooden gun. Time to Dreadworm. Now the one thing is it does do that twice over the course of the fight, as you can see here. We have Asher this time though. Yeah, you know, Sporefall weakens the party to Fireball. That makes sense. That parses. Summon a dad. Summon buffs have worn off. Done. Well, like Dead Worm, am I right? And now we reach the fights where I just decided to stop trying. Well, fight. I put effort into Halicarnassus. I did not put effort into this. I said, ice is a weakness, right? I can make it a weakness. What if we didn't care about Break Sight? Ice's bullet. I bet I can make Crystal Tower interesting to a degree if I just didn't use Magicite. We just bounce the numbers. The first Crystal Towers were hard because that was like before Ultras were common. And, you know, power creep occurred and now they are less difficult. Gotta load them brakes. Well, Furry, here's the thing. Remember that the Leviathan Ashura fight that you were thinking of as being very hard? That was an Apocalypse. That wasn't a double plus. Maybe there was an Apocalypse Double Plus version, but it wasn't nearly as bad as the original. Big thing one about Shinryu. Bring lightning resist. Is this type 0? Yes. Yeah, Type 0 music is extremely identifiable because it's just slightly too much guitar. Well, let's do the needful. Shinryu is supposed to have really boosted stats. At least defensively. Well, time for an interesting fight. Oh, double moat. People probably complained too much about a mechanic that isn't just hit buttons and win. Stadio. And let me just... The screen looks wrong without soul break info on it. Well, I'll just make it tiny. Well, that's not cropped right at all. This just looks weird. I should never do this again. Like, watch. Before and after. It's just so much empty space. Oh, there's Magicite. There's no Soul Break. Or no Roaming Warrior. So Tower Howl Carnassus is a deceptively dangerous fight. Starts off none too threatening, and also does only a Shelga, doesn't do a Protect. Why did I bring a Hastalia? Oh, right, he dispels at a point. Right. And it's also Omni-resistant. We have ways around that, though, nowadays. So, we will get around that. But yeah, the early phases are deceptively not dangerous. But as you can see, each turn that he gets, he does 2 target imperils. And mind you, they are doing 600 damage and all that before we have even magic broken in. And they're piercing. So that is just, for the most part, the damage that they do. Ultimate Holy, of course, is a threat. It does a good chunk of HP. Jack CV, thank you for the follow. But for now, we are aiming to imperil him as hard as we can. But when using Machinist imperils, you are always at the whim of RNG. There we go, that's what let's see. Bartz doesn't give a shit though. There's the Dispel. Always catches me off guard. The Thunders, like the 2 hits, are supposed to be instant, but for some reason they aren't. And then yes, in the phase 2 rotation, they do an AoE Holy. Let's get a little further boost on the party. If you're not aware, Musadio is very good. And we're starting to hit the point where we're getting weak from the attacks. And we've entered the final phase. Hell mode engage. So, the reason that you were being imperiled the whole fight is for the final phase, where everything hits very hard. I believe her rotation is she does an AoE Elemental, and then Holy, and then AoE Elemental, and then Holy, and she keeps bouncing between those over and over again. So, it goes without saying, you really don't want to spend too much time in this final phase. Ah! And then, just then, Imperils wore off. We're good, though. Yeah, I really like the gimmick of that boss, where is very non-threatening at the start, and for most of the fight, honestly, and then you hit the final phase, and they just explode. And yes, I always misgender Halicarnassus because I don't know, there's something in the dialogue in 5 that just stuck in my brain, and then I just fuck it up every time. Because Halicarnassus is a man. Yeah, even more confusing in 14 when they refer to them as a she. I'm not going to go down that road. Anyway. Tower. Let me do an outro for that one. Alright. Another month, another tower down. What can I say? That actually, Halicarnassus was a really interesting fight, and I hope they, as always, I hope they put a little bit more thought into fight design, because, yeah, Halicarnassus was a really neat gimmick, all in all. But, for now, I'll see you next tower. And we are not done just yet. We have one more. Video to get out of the way. And then banner review, because the stream never ends. Has the rabbit next to Shadowsmith ever appeared in the story. No. It is in the game. When you go to rename your account, that's where Naming Way shows up. Naming Way is in the game, just has not shown up in the story. Okay. Hi, I'm the WanderingNewbie, and it's time for my Record Keeper. Today, we're getting this screen right here because we're loading in between fights. Or videos, or whatever. But, today, we have a new dungeon type. Dreams. Called Mirage in Japan, but we got Dreams. Same difference. These are interesting, as they are mini torments. They have mostly the same mechanics as the Neo torments, and are a bit of practice in that, hey, if you can clear this ultimate, you can probably do the 240. If you can clear this apocalypse, you can probably do the 280. And Infernal is a good stepping stone into the question mark difficulty. And that's about it. One other thing I will say is that the Infernals are so hard that in my testing, I was able to clear this 100% and decided, nah, I'm good. I don't need to retreat and then clear it on stream. I will just clear this just in case I cannot clear it on stream. So, let it be known that these are extremely, extremely hard. In fact, give me a moment here. I just want to get a picture so that you can, you get a good idea of where I was when this all went down. Shit. Oops. There we go. File, save original folder. Yes. Close this, close this. Shut this back down for now. And I'm going to hold on to that for when we get around to doing this. So one thing that I did want to emphasize with these fights, okay, so just the Dream. I'll call it Dream 1-2. One thing, sorry, punched my mouse away. I'm going to do a little bit of future-proofing. There we go. And then properties, you. one. There. So, as viewers of the stream might know, I generally do gimmicks for the events, like sort of like lesser builds and so on and so forth, and I have very specific set rules for certain difficulties. For these fights, I am abiding by those rules. So, the 180, no soul breaks. For the Apocalypse, only supers, except for the healer gets a BSB. Oh, and this is also wrong. I grabbed the wrong soul break. Also, luckily, another thing to keep in mind, these do work on the Neo Torment ideology of, like, incremental clearing of the fights, and so on and so forth. There are no time clears, so to speak. So, like, hey, you clear, you clear. That's it. You get all the rewards. All right. No, I think these fights are entirely scripted. So one of the things to note about Iron Giant is that he does do a Mighty Guard, so you need a Dispel, or you should definitely bring a Dispel. It also does a defense and resistance buff at some point, so you do also want what am I trying to say here? You want to go specifically one damage type, either all magic or all physical, and then also you want to focus, you want to bring a break for that defense type that you are attacking because of the scripted 200% defense / resistance buff. Also, this guy has a pretty potent gravity attack. Well, got me with the defense plus, but I think we're good either way. But the ultimate really isn't that hard. A standard event Sid mission team can take it out pretty easily. Just as long as you know the basic mechanics of the fight. Yes, it works exactly like Neo Torments, that the more synergy characters you have, the weaker the boss is. Though, the degree that it weakens is less severe. How do I say it? More severe? For the hardest difficulty, you can afford some off-realm characters and still do pretty good damage. Is what I'm trying to get at. You don't have to go full Sid mission for the hardest difficulty. Also, accessory-wise, just go lightning. The boss does some lightning elemental things, and then everything else it does is non-elemental physical damage, so it doesn't really do any status effects. Its main thing is it lowers some of your status, some of your stats for a little bit. That's about it. So you can just go ham with lightning resist. There really isn't anything else to cover in the fight. Is stat reduction affected by affliction break? No, sadly. Just some good stretches to keep myself limbered up. Alright, so for the Apocalypse, I subbed in Tyro. And the main reason for that is so that I can bring a Haste Aga as a roaming warrior. Because that makes my life way easier. Yeah, regular walk. Because remember, this is still Apocalypse level difficulty. And on my limiters, I can't do anything over super. Except for the healer. Healers can get BSBs. No, I mean, that's what I do for double pluses. Cool move. However, jump. Consider jump. Yumping. Alright, there's the magic shield. Alright, time for some Galaxy Brain moves. The debuff. So I don't know if we exactly saw that during the ultimate run, but yeah, the boss does a pretty potent debuff. It is a attack, mag, mine debuff, so it will debuff you no matter what you're hitting with. It is very short though, so like by the time Pain uses this sword slash, it should be gone. I'm trying to preempt this this defense buff that I know he's going to do. Remember that M-Blink I casted? Boss have worn off. I walled. Another magic shield. That's the spicy move right there. That means I've been in a phase too long. Well, good move. He ate the M-Blink and then hit me with the gravity. What a rude man. Kamari dodged most damage though, so we're still fine. Emulator, are you having a time? Got that. Again, the apocalypse is manageable. Alright, so I preface this at the start of this run about the difficulty of the Infernal fight, which gives many good rewards, mind you. So I cleared this. I know this team is doable. However, it is a nightmare to pull off, as the fight is quite hard. I will give this my damnedest, but if I get to a very late phase of this fight and die, I'm not going to attempt it again. Mainly because I want to go to bed at some point tonight. And just to stress this furthermore, when I say that this fight was rough, this is where we look like at the end of it. So, that's why. Oh, excuse me. All right. No, I could probably dive Titus and make this a little easier, but I do have his chain. That's about it, though. Okay. I pause a lot because that is me thinking. I tend to do that a lot on harder fights. So, bear with me there. I will say, my life would be made outrageously easier if you would double cast at least once. Oh, I just goofed real bad. We might be fine though. We can have Titus use it. Good. Sonic Strike is just used whenever it is up. That is what Sonic Strike is used for. Wet that blade. Sorry if I'm a little silent here, but we are in serious mode. Yeah, I goofed up my debuffs at some point. Fine for the most part. This fight is a little bit fair because generally the big hits are followed by, you know, rest turns. I should really debuff him. Fuck. Appetite is still up. That was a gravity attack, by the way. What? Well, that's not good. The double. Well, like I said, there's an extreme likelihood that I will not be able to reproduce my luck that got me through this the first time. If I had just gotten that recast stuff, though. I have one plan left. And that's it. Well, you've seen how rough these fights are. My plan is doable, but the execution of an emulator, it's a little bit harder. That's why I knew, like, I might not be able to pull this off on stream. But, close enough. If I had anything but Sonic Strike on Titus, anything more. Yeah, and again, just for reference, I did this off stream in practice. This team cleared. But I'm not going to stress it on stream. I showed off the majority of the fight. Honestly, if I might have been able to get Aron's USB off again before that Dream Strike hit, might have been able to hit him with the overstrike damage. Maybe. He was really close. But, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Did you say Titus' chain with a quick cast from that have helped? Maybe, but then Titus would be doing less damage overall. It's one of those things of like, who can say, really, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna do an outro for that video. And then we'll get into banner review. So that was it for the first stream fight. One of my rougher realms, but again, I've cleared that fight off stream and got pretty close to the end on stream, so I don't feel too bad. And I have no idea what realm is next for that, but yeah, I'll see you in the next stream. Okay. let me get Discord open. I do, for the most part, like the dream fights because they seem very fair. They're very rough, and mind you, Iron Giant was nothing but damage for the most part. But I can see the gears turning. Hi.
I kind of wanted the outro to be like the thing from Devil May Cry 3 where Dante kicks the TV over and goes, "Sweet dreams."
You're really far away from your mic.
One sec. There we go. I forgot to put that down.
Yeah, you were like, I could hear you, I think the chat could hear you too, but you sounded like you were talking from across the room.
Hey newbie, I got this really cool joke, I gotta tell it to you from like a room away.
Anyway, let's look at these banners as I click the extremely wrong things. Oh, there's no awakenings on these, are there?
No.
Whack. Anyway.
Awakenings are things that just sort of get introduced piecemeal, but like right now, especially since we have so many events that are flipped around on the schedule, it's even more whack.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Oh, right, yeah. Grand Summon Dragon Lord is a Holy Wind Arcane Overstrike because sometimes they want to think that Yuna is a DPS in this realm.
They kind of do, but at the same time, they won't give her any help on the healing side, so she just has to do that anyway.
Yeah.
So, veterans of the game will probably remember a little soul break called Farplane Wind, which was Yuna's one and only source of Unholy, and then they just sort of dumped that whole gimmick by the wayside. Well, now it's back.
Yep.
And it wants you.
Also, I remember watching this when it came out in Japan, if you can find video of this, this is one of the worst fucking animations in the entire game.
Wow, even more worse than Seymour's BSB 2. You know, the one where his sprites just sort of shuffle around and then damage happens?
It's kind of the same. They motion tween Bahamut around the screen. Like, it's the weird standing sprite for Bahamut, but it just kind of hovers around the screen. It looks really fucking bad. I don't know what it is with 10 and getting some really bad looking soul breaks. Look, Tel's BSB is a treasure. Tel's BSB, where it zooms in on the bad 3D models, is a gift and a treasure.
Don't even let Bahamut do the goofy pose with where he just like gets down on 04s and blasts people.
Tel's BSB is on the same level as Sarah's Chain.
Tel's BSB is Galaxy Brain animation.
Moving on.
Oh, right. Jekt went back to dark all of a sudden.
Jekt is dark and fire. What if both?
What if both?
Yeah, that's about it. It's a 3-hit arcane. You know them, you love them. They exist. Struggle Within. I can't remember if this is new or not.
This is new. This is the dark version of March USB.
Okay. Darkfire, 10 physical Darkfire, 9 elemental, temporarily infused with power dark, temporarily cause users' dark abilities to reduce the delay of the user's actions and the actions of all allies in the same row for 1 turn, triggering the follow-up ability Beast Stream, terrible fucking name, deal 6 physical Darkfire, 9 elemental to 1 target. Yeah, dark boosting sword too, which I would say nice, but looks at my pile of 20 dark boosting swords and whatever.
So the idea with this one is just like, oh shit, I forgot that Jekt has 3 USBs. Whack. One sec.
Yep. It's useful for exactly the same reason that Marsh USB or Ignis USB are very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, for the March USB format, they have been shifting over to let's put a chaser on top of the high quick cast front row chase.
Yeah, which is just golden. Like, it really doesn't even need the chaser to be good.
But yeah, like March is still really good because you got the stuff that's the most important.
Sliding down to Grand Summon Overdrive. Deal 10 magical wind to 1 target, temporarily grant moderate ability boosts for summons, and enter Last Summoner EX mode, which raises mind or magic 30% and causes the user's summon abilities to trigger a follow-up Sonic Ray, restoring 2 ability uses to the user when the EX mode ends. Wait, what?
Yeah, the Sonic Ray is 5-hit chaser.
And restores. Okay, yes. At the end. Yes.
Yeah. I kind of like using this one a lot. Like, I use it in Arc a whole bunch.
It's a summon USB.
Yeah, it's a summon USB. Also, the fact that Yuna doesn't really need an element to make this pop off because summons are already beefy as hell.
I think I wouldn't mind the sliding Yuna into DPS so much if they gave Braska any healing tech. But the fact that, like, Braska, the only other person in this realm that has 5-star or 6-star white, and he has no healing tech, and, like, literally, Braska is supposed to be the exact same as Yuna. He's a healer, like, in the lore. He's a healer that is also a summoner. So, like, the fact that he doesn't really have any healer tech is just weird.
Like, 10 really needs a healer that is not Yuna badly, because Yuna can't just juggle her DPS and her healing when she is doing in-realm stuff.
Never forget, though, that Yuna had one of the fucking raddest LM2s, because it was just Cleric Stance from FF14, which you wouldn't get that reference because you are playing now after the change to Cleric Stance.
Also, I'm playing Marauder, so, whatever.
Cleric Stance was an ability in FF14 for healers that would swap their mind and magic.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and Yuna takes half of her mind and adds it to her magic. So, really cool. And really lets her, like, dual be a healer and a summoner. So I feel like what I want to see from a Yuna Soul Break is embracing that can heal, but she protect and also attack.
I mean, the problem is, like, we see that in Eiko. Like, Eiko got a USB that is basically that, so just let Yuna have a USB that is basically that.
Oh, apparently she gets that in her awakening later. Alright.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
Eventually.
thought. Oh.
Well, they gave...
Riku got the chain.
She got the Realm Chain. Because Realm Chains are here. Hey, I'll give them this. At least the Realm Chains give haste, too. I never realized that.
Yeah, they give the onion buff because, like, that's the basic buff now.
They call her 2 Chains because she has 2 chains.
Holy shit, newbie.
The joke there is that there's a rapper called 2 Chains because he wore 2 chains.
5 chains, I got time for this.
Anyway, Lulu. This is her USB 2.
Yeah, this is her weird ice water one. I actually like using this one now that I got it.
Which, the elemental buff down the line fixes a lot of the mechanics of this.
Yeah, you can use Voltec with it, and it'll work just fine.
Yep, but anyway, it is a water-boosting doll for all of Lulu.
I mean, you know who's going to be using that doll, so...
Deals 10 magic, ice, water attacks to one target. Temporarily raise magic and resistance 30%, and temporarily reduce the delay of the user's magic attacks and cause the user's ice and water abilities to trigger a follow-up. Chase Fury, dealing 5 magic, ice, water, non-elemental to one target. The damage dealt by it depends on the triggering ability's rank.
Incidentally, Chase Fury is the name of my main character in my forthcoming novel.
Fuck. Chase Fury is the main character of Star Ocean 6.
Shit. Got him.
Yeah. It's an interesting chaser because most rank chasers are the number of hits that they do. Same potency per hit, but the number of hits. Whereas this one is always 5 hits. The potency changes, though.
Yeah.
Which we don't see that method too often.
It's a very interesting way of doing it.
Solid for chains. That's what I really like about it, because you're always hitting 5 hits.
And the fact that the chase gets more potency as you have a higher rank means that it's going to be doing a whole lot better when the element buff comes around, and it doesn't... Like, it's not just going to be like your paltry 5 hits to bump up the chain some more. It's going to be actually doing a beefy amount of damage along with your double cast.
Jam, I'm going to have to turn that down because Chase Fury is not a canonical Rogadine name. Canonical Rogadine names are always adjective noun. They're literally internet usernames. That's what's so great about Rogadine names.
Wait, Curious Gorge isn't just a fucking thing? It's just like... That's how Rogadines that's how Rogadines roll?
That's how Rogadines roll. It is generally... It is... it is generally adjective noun. Because what's it called? One of the friends of my guild, their character's name was Smolder Boulder. Or Smoldering Boulder or something like that. But yeah.
This is good. Like,
as a quick aside, FF14 is a really smart game.
Yeah, FF14 is really good. This USB 2 is really good. I was really weirded out by what they were doing with it until the element buff came around, and I'm just like, okay, this works. And I can see this.
And then it works because she can in ice and then use this, and everything works completely fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, sliding down to Glints. Healer Glint, which is also a DPS Glint.
Yeah, this is a new Glint for
It's
her.
an Inholy with HP shield attached to it.
Which is actually good for,
Yeah, this is actually, if you look at it, it's a carbon copy of Cecil's.
It's also, like, gives us some of the healing angle to her DPS side.
Mm-hmm. I love these Glints. They're great. They don't get the stacking empowered, but anything that is just a flat, instant, like, party-wide heal, and especially HP shield, which is also useful when they're max health, is so smart.
Yeah, I love this one.
Jet gets a... Oh, it's a monk glint. Instantly set the user's crit hit rate to 100% and increase crit damage for 1 turn, removing delay from the user's actions for 1 turn. So you can easily combo this.
So do you really want that that next soul break to hit hard?
Yeah, combo this into your arcane every time. Yeah, I think that's it. Just boils down to this is really great for comboing into arcanes or overstrikes even.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, like, 1 sec. I was just trying to figure out how much critical damage Jet gets off of it. I think it's 50%. It's 50%. Hell yeah.
The one thing to note, which is the only other application I could think for this, is Jet does not get heavy. Guess who was trying to plan a team for the Apocalypse mission and went, why doesn't Jet have heavy? He literally throws a meteor at you. That's his move.
Well, because obviously he's a monk.
Anyway, moving on to...
Oh god, now time for even more confusing swerves, because Lulu's USB 2 is technically supposed to be water, but here we have her ice glint.
Yes. Well, I mean, Lulu is always water, or ice. Lulu was ice from day 1, and then that glint was the USB 2 was the swerve. But yeah, it's a quick ass glint.
Yep.
Yeah, these are always great.
Works really well with her USB 2.
Especially because they're a bit more common now, but ice mages is still hard to come by. Hey! Gun! 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 Gun!
Gives her a holy gun.
Start in Holied, which, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is her blue mage gun from 10-2.
Yeah, the fucked up weird looking guns. Staff of Thorns, which is her double cast summon, because this is her DPS banner.
Yeah.
I think
it's a little rough that she has to have like 2 flavors of double cast because she has 2 different sides to her.
Weird. It's almost as if there's precedent for people combining their double casts into one LMR. Being in the battle temporarily infused with dark. Yes, because Jet isn't sure what he wants to be.
At least his dive facilitates dark, so I'll give him a pass on this one.
Lulu gets start in ice because that is primarily her job.
Okay, yeah, this one, like, because her other one was the magic stat ramp.
And then the good Riku LMR.
They kind of figured out by this point. No one wants Riku's other LMRs.
It took 3 attempts, but they finally got there.
Fuck.
The really hilarious thing is for me, who has her SSB, I cast the SSB on turn 1, which just fucking negates the other 2 turns of quick cast, because now it's instant cast. But yes, that is a very good, for anything, especially if you have like your USB or her chain, you can easily soul break into 2 dances very fast. And all in all, a little scattershot of a banner, but I don't think this banner's terrible.
Yeah, like, plenty of good stuff on it, aside from the realm chain.
There's Ice Mage. Ice Mage is on here.
Yeah.
Holy Mage is on here, which you kind of need for Dark Magicite. And
like, Jack's Dark Tech is actually good.
Yes.
Hey, don't sweat it, Katarani. I have her LMR1 too.
I've used her LMR1 to great effect.
Gross.
I ran her as a Machinist once.
Oh, wait, we're talking about... Oh, sorry. We're also talking about Lulu's, who also had a bad LMR1. Oh, incidentally, with Riku's USB 2, the one that has, like, the Machinist... The one that has, like, the Imperil Water Chaser, the Chaser is typed Machinist, so she can proc her LMR1 off of that.
Nice. Let's do the event banners and then let's dip into Focused Relic Draw. These have been popping up a lot.
God,
lately.
I forgot about this thing because...
Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that fucked up Seymour music. I love Seymour's fucked up music. It's so good.
I love that you get to have that as like a boss theme when you're fighting 3 dudes at once.
Yep. So it's a dark boosting staff, again, much like swords, they're a dime a dozen. It's his arcane, which is the 3-hit, big overstrike typed.
Seymour's a dark mage.
Seymour has a lot of
Pretty
ways.
good at it.
Seymour has a lot of ways to in dark too, so this is useful.
Seymour also has a decent element, like he has an area of effect angle too, because he is one of the only dark mages with a 5-star summon, the other one being Ultimecia.
Yeah. Ash and Dust. Dark boosting or fire boosting katana. It is again another 3 fire arcane hit.
Yeah, plus fire katana. Oh, here comes a new USP for Pain.
Oh, well. Throttle. Water boosting katana. Sword. Sorry. Forgot. Pain uses swords, except for when she uses katanas. Deal 10 physical water to one enemy infused with water. Reduce the delay of spell blades for 2 turns. And Grant Brave mode. It is a overstrike typed Brave that triggers off of Spellblade. The Overstrike ability itself also has a reduced casting time.
Okay, so what's really whack about this one is she is in the same realm as Tidus, so, you know, that's already unfair. But Tidus's Brave is exactly the same as this, except Tidus's Brave has Quick Cast as a status, and Pain gets high Quick Cast too, but just for 2 turns. It's really kind of whack. Like, Pain is a good body. She is. No question about it. She has Night 5 and Spellblade 6, so yeah, like, she's very solid. It's just, she is competing against, like, the god tier water boy in the same realm as him, no less.
So my argument for that would be they are making Tidus's Brave more appealing because him being the only fucking water shooter in the game, if you want to make Tidus, whatever, competitive, you have to invest a lot of resources into one fucking character, whereas this going just off of Spellblade means that you can use those Spellblades that you made for Bart's on Ping.
Okay, yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yep. That's it. That's end. Period. That's my whole statement.
Yeah. Like, that's Pain's only real problem. Like, she is competing with, like, the 2 best water people in the game, but, you know, like, comparing her to those 2 means she's already come far in the world.
Yep. Merciless Barrage. I actually have this one.
Yep.
Dark Boosting Staff. Because, yes. Deal 10 magic, dark, non-elemental, temporarily infused with dark. Raise magic and resistance 30% and cause the user's dark abilities to trigger a follow-up. Wrathful follow-up. Wrathful follow-up. Dealing 2d6 magic, dark, non-elemental attacks to one target. Number of attacks depends on the triggering ability's rank. Note of this, I believe this works on any dark ability. It does not have to be a darkness ability. If you are using, say, Ultimate Weapon, it will work.
Yeah. That's why I say that Seymour has that extra angle as a summon in case he needs to get some AoE damage going, or he needs his multipliers to be a bit beefier.
Is Wrathful follow-up a Vergadine name? No, well, maybe. Is follow-up a noun? That's the question. Follow-up is like an action.
Follow-up could be considered a noun.
It could be. Well, okay, so the reason this is called Assault is because it's the thing that he uses in his 3rd boss fight on the mountain, and the attack is called Assault. That's why it's called Assault. But yes, this is solid.
Yeah, it's a dark rank chaser. You can't go wrong with rank chasers.
The only downside I would say it actually has is that the chaser actually kind of has low potency. It's weird. Like when I was doing the Sid mission, he was hitting 9s with Dire Heal, but was only hitting for like 5k with this. with the Chaser. So that's maybe the only thing, but hey, Chaser's just bonus damage, so.
Also, yeah, like this is a chain pump, if anything else.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of awkward because he has his own chain, so...
Holo Lost Arts. Fire boosting katana. Wow, why do I have so much on this banner? Deal 10 physical fire, non-elemental to one target, temporarily infused with the power of fire. Friend's Promise mode triggers, and you trigger Lingering Flame at the end of Friend's Promise mode. Friend's Promise mode, it temporarily changes the user's action, delay, and critical hit chance for 3 ranks. The amount changes the matter of samurai abilities you can use. Lingering Flame's damage is based on the amount of abilities you've used.
So here's why this is done on a samurai in particular. Samurais are very, very good at boosting their crit rate and getting mileage out of their crit rate. And this is a crit and casting speed ramp that ends with an OSB finisher that is just based on how much damage you've done. So, like, this is also on a character that can just double cast Samurai on dive. This thing's real fucking
very
strong,
powerful.
is what I'm saying.
Another note about this, and we kind of saw this in the Dream fight. One of the downsides of the 4 and also the 6-star 5-hit moves is that their crit, they have low potency but a high crit rate if you have retaliation. The crit rate boost from this can actually fix that problem without you having to have retaliation. So a good method is to use like Hell Strike or the other move, Hell Strike something or another.
Yeah, their Samurai Fire actually does have a lot of options.
Yeah. To use that 2 casts to get your crit rate boost a bit, and then to use the Retaliate required moves. Because now with the boosted crit rate from this, you're kind of negating the retaliation requirement needed for those moves. So, little galaxy brain work there on that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Hellflame, and it's Hell Strike
Hellfire.
something.
Yeah.
On the other one. Anyway. Yeah. It's neat. Also, a note. If you want to be cycling like a motherfucker, you just get up to rank 3 of this and then recast the Soul Break, because recasting the Soul Break ends Friend's Promise mode, which triggers the OSB follow-up. So you can really cycle this mad.
Of course, in prolonged fights, you generally want to get as much mileage as you can out of the effect so that the lower damage that you're doing by comparison can ramp up and get that meaty hit in.
Okay, Calm Prayer. Instantly restore a large amount of HP, grant them Magic Barrier, enabling them to avoid 1 magic attack, and temporarily grant the user's Brave mode. Temporarily grant the user Brave mode, and set the Brave level to 2. It is a single target heal at 0, Weak Medica at 1, Cura Medica at 2, and Cura Medica at 3 with a 2k HP shield. Trigger yourself white magic abilities is the important thing here, because again, you could use her as a white mage DPS and still utilize this.
Yeah. Like, this is very obviously Torment Bay just because of the M-Blink specifically, but it's still really good on its own is the thing.
Yes, there's a lot of application for this, because unlike Retaliate, not everything just ignores Magic Blink. So, it's very good.
Magic Blink is generally, like, in this day and age, I think they've just sort of eased into, we want blinks to only affect, like, the incidental damage. We don't want it to affect, like, the big fuck-off hits.
And
just like all of the hits that lead up to it.
You can M-Blink Megadeth.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing, right?
You're right, it is kind of a thing. I don't know what you meant by that.
No, because, like, Megadeth is supposed to be M-Blink. That's, like, because they can't really do anything with the... They have a weird, fucked up history of trying to get the gimmicks right when it's very obvious that it just will not gel in their game design mechanics anyway, so, yeah.
I'm going to summarize that for you. Barkeeper has problems.
Record Keeper has lots of problems.
Anyway, moving on. Glints. Guardian Glint is a fast cast. Empowered infusion for fire.
Yeah, good for Orin.
I love it. Faith's Refuge, which is her first glint, instantly grant a holy stone skin for 50% max HP and give them regen. Easily torment bait.
Yeah, very extremely torment bait. You will never want to, like, you could run Yuna as a dark summoner, I guess.
The darkest summons.
The dark summon.
It's garbage. I'm not a big fan of this.
Mm-hmm.
A son's hate. Hatred. Start the battle in dark, which, yeah, for Seymour. Yep.
I love it when Record Keeper is just, like, constantly trying to come up with terminology that's just, like, bits and pieces from shit they remember from the characters.
Yeah. It's dumb. Moonglow Rod, Dark Boosting Rod, because of course. Dark Double Cast, which can kill Seymour into the right situations.
If you have his second burst and you're running that, then that can extremely kill him.
Samurai Pain's guys. It is starting water for Pain, which, yeah.
Yeah.
Her other LMR, which is increase the user's attack up to a moderate amount, proportional to the number of spell blades that you cast. This is semi-real nowadays with the new caps, but still a stat ramp LMR.
I guess.
Peaceful Slumber, starting fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then Just Whistle, which is the double cast white magic LMR, because, hey, if you didn't realize it, there's two banners with a bit of Yuna on both of them, and one is the healing Yuna and the other is the attacking Yuna.
It's nice that they at least didn't mix it up to try and force people to pull on both.
Yeah.
Just, which one do you want?
There's some good shit on this banner. There is also... I don't want to say, like... Look, Faith's Refuge exists. And so does Gunner Guys.
There are no bad discos on this banner.
There's no bad discos on this banner. And also some good glints. And Elmars. This banner exists. This banner exists out of 10. Sadness. Intense sadness.
Alright, so welcome to this week's edition of Do Not Pull on Newcomer Banners.
Alright, starting off, both of the Onion Knight USBs. They're good. They're actually
good.
Yeah.
I have the power one. It still pulls its weight in several situations.
Yep. Do we even need to summarize the Onion Knight stuff? Alright, I'll do it real fast. Temporarily increase the attack of all allies 50%, set the crit chance to 50%, grant them haste, and enter Ninja EX mode. In Ninja EX mode, temporarily raise users' attack a moderate amount, 30%, and cause users' attacks, abilities, and soul breaks to reduce the delay of their actions. Stacks up to 8 times, and will continue to stack if you recast this before it runs out.
He go fast.
You can go very fast because of this. Onion Knight 2, Zeus Mace, Forbidden Wisdom. Temporarily raise the magic and mind of all allies and resistance 30%, reduce their offensive magic and casting time for 3 turns, and grant them haste, and enter Sage EX mode. In Sage EX mode, temporarily raise the user's magic 30%, and increase the user's black magic damage a small amount. I think it's like 10 or 15.
We're in this weird... There was the weird sort of situation where it's just like... Forbidden Power was really good, now like people like using the Sage USB, and then he moved into Magic DPS Generalist.
Yep.
It's all over the place.
It's good.
Yeah.
Moving on. History's truth. Raise the attack, magic, and defense of all allies 30% and give them instant cast for 1 turn. It's alright.
Yeah, this one can actually be cycled really well because Ramza has the buff extender on his dive, which means that he can like easily combo this with a bunch of his other stuff and probably chain if you're running that.
Yeah. It takes a little doing, but it's pretty solid. Divine Veil Grimoire with the Soul Break. Divine Veil Grimoire. It's wall, but with Protect, Shell, and Haste. It's super wall. It's a wall, but more so.
It's that thing you're always roaming warrioring in every event.
Wall plus. Hyper Money G. Grant Protect, Shell, and Haste to all allies, and a 30-30 attack magic buff. Also, Water Boosting Fist for all those ninjas out there. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
It's just good. It's good.
Clip. Grant haste to all allies and temporarily raise their attack, defense, and resistance 30% and grant them a barrier that enables them to avoid 1 debuff.
Solid.
It's great. I would not say this is Sid Mission / Stormman out of 10. This is fantastic. Like, hey, are you running an attack team against a boss that does a bunch of stuff? It's great. Onion Knight Burst. Raise attack magic 30-30.
Onion Knight Burst in 2019.
I mean, it's still good.
Yeah.
Raise attack magic 30% and grant haste to all allies. Yeah, fucking fine. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, be real, like, Onion Knight, I use this still, but mainly as just like a slot saver so that I can Roaming Warrior something else and then I can just combo this into Onion Knight USB 3 or some shit.
There's a reason that so many buffs became attack magic 30 and haste. Because it's good. Kiyomori. Temporarily raise the attack of all allies 50% and grant them haste. Enter Burst Mode. Command 1 is a 5-hit, pretty meaty hit that does not feel Soul Break gauge. Command 2 is charge the user's Soul Break gauge, a very large amount.
Yeah, this is just this is just Shout with an Unholy and Wrath stapled on top of it.
This is before he was Knight, and now that he is Knight, this is even better.
This is his only Unholy. Except for USB 2, I guess.
Yeah. Do note, this is the only way to deal DPS with Rasmo, and utilizes LM1.
Yeah, he has a whole lot of support plus in his dive, so this is kind of the only way to get mileage out of that.
Yep. Keeper's Tome is here, I guess.
Keeper's Tome is like... There are some Galaxy Brain slot saving accommodations that you can make with it.
Keeper's Tome is Protect, Shell, and Emblink. Command 1 is Attack Mag Break. Command 2 is Defense Resistance Break. It's actually okay. I'm gonna go to bat for Keeper's Tome. For the fact
yeah, Keeper's Tome fills a lot of holes you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, if you don't have Godwall, and you're doing, like, I don't know, Crystal Tower, or, I don't know, Mirage, you can bring the wall as the Roaming Warrior in those that restrict your Roaming Warrior, and do Protect Shell and an Emblink for down the line. Also, hey, here's your debuffs that you'll need forever.
Yeah. It's a pretty good kit.
I mean, Tyro can bring Haste Dahlia. Tyro's good. It's not as good.
13.
It's not as good as a lot of stuff out there right now, sadly. But, it's still alright. It fits some niches. Cosmo Canyon, Platinum Beret. Temporarily raise attack magic of all allies and grant them regen. Command 1 is it's a defense breakdown. Command 2 is a resistance breakdown. This is very, very old, but is still, all things considered, a 30-30 attack magic buff and grants regen. So in that, in the intro, in this entrance, is very nice. Also, if you are running red as a offensive debuffer, as in debuffing their offense, here is your defense and resistance debuff to make your DPS better.
Yeah. Also, this works just fine with him as a mage. Because he does that now.
Correct. So, again, here in the year 2019, I will actually kind of go to bat for Platinum Beret. Onion Cape, good.
Yeah. Onion has a ton of buffs. And
Go
this just lets
fast,
him pop
2
up
turns.
immediately. Yeah.
Brigadine, better.
Good. Immediately pop off at the start of the fight.
Merrymaker, we just fucking saw this. It's still good. And then Archival Secrets. Hey, weird. It's the same. Good.
Good.
So, let's break it down here. All the USBs on this banner are fantastic. You get into the bursts, and they get a little weird. And then the LMRs are all fantastic. So, would a seasoned player pull on this banner? Well, let me just explain this real fast by starting hereabouts. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No! A seasoned player would not pull on this. However,
Newer players might.
Newer players might. This is a very good banner for newer players.
The only thing that I am not too fond of is that they didn't put a discount on it. Some of the others do have discounts. This one just does not.
The only argument, and this is me kind of being devil's advocate here, is I think this is the best fucking beginner banner that they put out.
Yeah, like it does have a lot of slot fillers.
Like, for people earlier in the stream asking, like, hey, how do I get up to speed? I would literally just say, pull on this fucking banner. Because, like, any 6-star that you hit on this is instantly a mainstay of your team. And hell, it's a banner that has Divine Veil Grimoire that literally only comes back during fests. And, yeah, there's another thing Katarani says. A newbie has... A new player. I don't want to say newbie because, hey, it's my name and it sounds weird. A new player has about 1,000 mithril in the story dungeons. If not more. So, yeah, I think this banner is alright for new players.
Yeah,
I'm not going to dollar draw on it because I have 10 of the items on it, but, you know. That's how it goes. And just gonna slide down here. I do have to start saving for Fest pretty soon.
Oh, is it that time again? Well, let me
pull
over here.
I think Fest is in June.
Fest is in June. Like,
let me bring up that calendar.
Yeah. We have roughly 8 or so events before Fest. Possibly 6 or 7 if you count overlap for events during Fest.
Yeah, but Fest starts up in about a month. That's when Luck of the Realm starts up, and that goes for 2 weeks. So yeah, okay, maybe like a month and a half. And reminder, I need to save up a whole. Well, after I do this draw,
yeah, I think what I'm going to do is
125 mithril. So
yeah. What I am going to do right now is I wanted to do one poll on the Type 0 Rim banner. Because there's a lot of stuff on there that I really actually want.
I'm doing the
Any of
needful.
the character that is not Machina would be fine.
Alright, well, here
we go.
I go.
Lean back.
You ever think about how they made a 6-star water shooter ability and there's literally only one character that has the tech for it?
I mean, in fairness, Tidus is a star character. He's right there on the cover.
I know. But it's like, I think the most character-specific ability they've ever made.
And it is fucked up, yes.
Like, we can make jokes about Tornado Blade being made for Tornado Quad Strike, being made for
Fuck.
Cloud.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love dupes.
Yeah, I love Awakenings. I love Rim Awakening. Rim Awakenings for life, baby.
This is the most F ever. Well,
Fuck.
you can't win them all. Also, yeah,
I got 2 discos on this, and both of them are Rim Awakening. Well, I know what I'm going to be making on the fucking anime lens list. Rim USB goes right to the top of the list.
Let me just do the needful here. 'Cause you're not my dad. I've started fusing Rosetta Stones into the 5-star blades, like hoping for the boosted augment. Was that to my comment about the Rosetta Stones?
No, dog. I'm just trying to settle down a little bit.
I mean, I've been there.
I was having trouble with Arc, and this it makes it so I just don't have trouble with Arc ever. Like, I also have her USB 2, so I've been using that on Arc as just sort of like a Galaxy Brain slot saver thing.
What if
like
the largest katana? Look at that big katana. My sword. It's not really a sword. It's more of a slab of metal.
Fuck, I was gonna make the same joke. I should probably keep my Rim Awakening daggers separate, because those are both plus mine daggers.
Well, I have a
Plus
YouTube video.
only mine daggers.
I have a YouTube video to stop. Goodbye, YouTube.